want to talk about this for a minute. I was going to do a video on it, but I decided just to laugh with you all. I have a video I'm going to release here in a minute. It's on Patreon now, but I'm going to go ahead and release it to my channel here since we're done with this. Remind me before we're done. When I say I'm done, say, hey, remind me, hey, what's up, Fed? I got an agent here. Agents are here. Just wait for Bibles to show up, agents, and I'll start talking. What's up, John Rice? Dude, listen, this shit's funny or fuck. Like, you can't make it up. You can't make the shit up that goes on in this country. And what you really can't make up is that there is a group of people who are not limited to by terms who get to dictate how we live our lives based on a political atmosphere. What's up, Paul? How you doing, man? So, Texas just came with this new law banning abortion. I haven't read into it. I don't know exactly what it does, but the way I understand it, just from how everybody's talking, and I could be completely wrong here. So I don't even really know what I'm talking about. I just heard it and I thought it was funny as fuck. I was like, I got to talk about this. This is hilarious. Bans abortion, and the Supreme Court refused to. At least it bans it to a certain degree. Has anybody read up on this yet? The Texas abortion law. Anyway, so it's going to affect Roe versus Wade, possibly, right? So they made our society shifts. Our society is based on 9 people or whatever it is in the Supreme Court now. How many is there now? 9, yeah, something like that. Might be 25 by the end of the year. Um, for fucking how many years now? Abortion's been legal. Now Texas does this, and it's going to totally flip the script. It's going to make it illegal by default. It's not going to be illegal, but because Texas did this, now next, when the political pendulum shifts, because that pendulum has to shift in order to keep the illusion going. This is my cat rubbing on me. Kitty babies, I don't like your butt in my face. We don't even get along. Yeah, we do. There's beautiful kitty babies. Um, I just thought it was hilarious, and people were complaining about it. The same people that were like, "Yay, the Supreme Court did this," are now booing the Supreme Court. It's the funniest shit in the world, man. Is to watch the political theater happen. What's Kitty's name? I call her Kitty Babies. I think her name's actually Tip. Kitty bitch. We call her all kinds of shit. It's a cat, so don't really answer. You know what I mean? Hey, Kitty bitch. She's just wanting to rub on everything right now. We've had cats before. She's lucky I like her. Yeah, she's a good kitty. Come here, kitty babies. Come here. She smells food on my hands. I just had a BLT. Say hi, titty babies. Say hi. Where's that pretty titty babies? Ain't her? But I just thought it was hilarious that a handful of rich people um, get to decide our country's fate because our country is now so screwed up and operates ass backwards, and then it just is it's just like done to me. I can't even explain to you how dumb I think it is, or why I think it's dumb exactly. So I got a kitty tail. Kitty babies, go away! Quit rubbing on me. Yeah, they're like that shit's ridiculous. I've been on Facebook looking for at trucks the past few days, and I haven't even dove over to the thread side of it, and I don't want or the like the feed side of it. I'm not going to either because I'm sure they're still arguing about Trump and Biden and who stole the election. Oh shit, they're probably gonna probably get a strike for that one. Misinformation. Yeah, they ask me sometimes too. I don't think YouTube does. I don't think I've ever been asked about YouTube. I know Facebook asks me all the time when I used to be on there. You sure want to post this? I'm like, yep. They kick me off the app. This cat's going crazy. She don't ever act like this toward me. Oh, kitty babies. What you doing, kitty babies? I got you now, bitch. Yeah, they are assholes, man. I mean, like, But what's the craziest thing about it is that everybody sees something wrong. Doesn't matter what side you're on. Doesn't matter your political leaning. Doesn't matter if you want totalitarianism or complete freedom. It doesn't matter. You see that something's wrong. And as long as what's wrong affects the other person more than it affects me, we don't care about it. And that's the real problem. Is that people are willing to deal with a bunch of bullshit as long as they can make your life miserable. It's like a life of misery. Let's see who can. It's like a bad fucking marriage. You know what I mean? Let's see who can make who miserable first to make the other one leave. Get your ass out of my face. What are you doing? This cat's never acted like this in the whole 3 or 4 or 5 years we've had her. 4 years we've had her. Ever. What's up, kitty babies? You high? You been eating the catnip again? Huh? You getting to the catnip again? You feeling all some ecstasy in it or some shit? You just want to love, just want to touch on things? You want me to get some disco balls going and techno music? But I can't wait to see how this Texas thing plays out across the country, especially when it gets to like close to New York. And I'm sure people are going to start suing now. You know, the rich people who have issues like Bloomberg that are like Catholic Joe Biden that, Catholicism for a lot of years was against abortion. I don't know how they are about it now. I don't go to Catholic church and shit. I was raised Catholic though. And I want to continue to be a Catholic so I can do anything and go to heaven. Ain't that right, Paul? Paul knows. Paul was a preacher at one time. I'm Catholic. I can do whatever I want and go to heaven. And because you're a Baptist, you can't. That's how that works. Said it was me that's yet I got the story. I know, dude. That's the craziest shit ever. I see that shit all the time. Reuters that just happened with a bunch of people in Reuters, where Reuters said that stainless steel was found in something, and so the Chinese government recalled 3 batches of doses, which was like 1.6 million doses, and somebody had a channel got a strike for repeating that article that they heard on YouTube. Like there's no sense to it at all. Like look at the video I got a strike for. There's still 2 other copies of that video on my channel right now. Right now. Nothing different about them. Second for second, 100% the same video. There was 3 copies of it up because I had trouble uploading it. But once I got them uploaded, I'm like, screwed, I'm just going to leave them up, right? So there's 2 copies on my channel right now of the exact same video. And to get it even better, they gave me a channel, a community guideline. It wasn't a strike. They took it down. They took one of those videos down, right? And I appealed it and won the appeal. And they put the video back up. So I'm not explaining this right. 3 videos. Video number 1 they took down. All 3 videos are the same though, identical. So they took down video number 1. I appealed it, and somebody reviewed it, and they put it back up. Said it did not violate community guidelines. Then I got a strike for video 3, which is the same fucking video as video 1. It's just video 3. So I want in my appeal for it. I was like, you know what? Since y'all are, this is exactly what I said to him too. I was like, y'all are fucking bitches. You're too stupid to fucking even realize what you do. It's so crazy over there in YouTube land. You don't even look what similar, like if there was any strikes prior to this or not. You had to have known this. I have to be the only guy that got monetized, demonetized, struck, and 5 or 6 videos taken down, and 5 or 6 more age restricted, all in the same 24-hour period, without putting any more videos up. Because I got my strike before I put up the bomber video. I think. No. I'm sorry, I didn't. I think they took I got the one video taken down before I got and just like that bomber video, it wasn't promoting gang violence or nothing, because it was dude pretending to be a fucking patriot. As you see, like that changed up the whole game. Now, if you use the term patriot in a video, or you talk about, it as a group or organization, they can take your video down now because you're promoting gang violence. Then they took down the video of the guy getting his head kicked off his shoulders. That was the one, actually. That was the one that I was just talking about, video 3. Like, that shit's crazy. That shit happened. And if YouTube, like, they got to quit playing this game. And you know what's fucked up about the whole game is that Congress has had hearing after hearing after hearing about this very fucking topic in YouTube, in ABC Inc. But they continue to treat them as a. They continue to give them the protections of a platform, yet let them operate as an editor. And when you do that shit, man, propaganda is easy to push. The World War shit is real. Yeah, I don't disagree with that too much, Mad Max. I mean, like nobody really knows. I think to a certain degree that has to be correct. And just watch video alert lost in the Joel Thief channel again. His thoughts of lackluster First Amendment audit in public library. There are some good cops. Yeah, there's no such thing as a good cop, dude. Like, even if there was, and people don't understand when I say that what I mean. Inherently, like you got to be an evil bastard to want to have a job where you have some kind of made up authority over people. You know what I mean? Like if I put on a costume and put a star on my shirt and call myself a cop, I would get arrested and go to prison. Yeah, you fuckers do it, and you're deemed heroes. It's the same thing with our money, our monetary system. Our money is counterfeit money. It's not real money. Constitutionally, it's not real money. It's real now. It's not real money. It's fiat currency. And it's okay if they do it by the fucking trillions of dollars. We do $1 bill and say, "Oh, look at this dollar bill. I I uh I had a fake hundred somewhere, one of the Chinese hundreds that you can order online. Like it's not a fake hundred, it's a prop, and they look real shit, but you can tell like touching them. There's something wrong with them. I don't even know if it's here or not. To be honest with you, I don't think it is. I threw it away. If you want to go to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. Yeah, man, I've done raised enough hell in my life, dude. Like, I just want to be left alone now. You know what I mean? All the shit I've done, the time I've wasted, and um, more time I've wasted. I wasted a lot of time on my own. I mean, I have it like I'm 40 years old. Literally 2 decades I wasted. Quit it, kitty. From 17 to 36, I completely wasted. But it is what it is, man. You get one life to live, and unfortunately, you have to learn throughout that life. And I am just, I'm not a knucklehead. I just like to. I have to learn on my own way. But like a lot of things tie into that too. You know what I mean? Like the only person in my family that was a for real fuck up was one of my uncles, and like my parents sheltered me from that. They didn't have conversations with me about drugs or like I still to this I'm 40 years old, and I was gonna say I still haven't had a conversation about sex with my dad. Like we never had those conversations. We have conversations about drugs or sex or why it's important to make goals or save money. None of that shit. We never had those conversations in my family. Which I try to have all those conversations with my kids now. Like I told Trey the other day, if I have to go through whatever I went through in life, just so you don't have to do it, so you can learn from it, everything I had to go through was worth it. And dude, I've been through a lot of fucked up shit in my life. Yeah, I mean, there's people that have been through far worse shit. I'm not saying that there's not, but oh shit. But I've definitely been through some bullshit. With you when you turn in the fake hunter to the bank. You're not in any position for counterfeit money. Right. It wasn't a counterfeit though. It was a prop. You can buy prop money. It's not counterfeit because there's markings on it and shit. So in order for it to be counterfeit, it has to actually look real, right? So if you get a $100 bill but it's got a big Chinese star stamped in the middle of it, it's not counterfeit. If that makes sense. Called plus code. Huh? They have creature precise way to pinpoint location. They have created a more precise way. How much more precise can it get, dude? In 2013, when I was arrested, from my phone that I hadn't used or had for like a year, they got out 4,200 text messages and a shitload of fucking pictures. And in every one of those pictures at the bottom was my geolocation in 2013, within 3 feet of where I was standing. Like these phones right here, if you plan on going anywhere and you don't want people to know where you're at, you need to leave them behind, man. And you need to go over to oh, fuck, I don't know. I got one somewhere. I got 5 of them somewhere. Nick number 2. That's funny you spell your name that way, Nick Roberts. You're the only person that I've ever done that. Hey, Nick Roberts, I meant to tell you this the other day, dude. I think YouTube puts that money on hold. So re dispute your transaction with them because I'll never get it, bud. Because they'll never monetize me again. I think they just did it for some bullshit. Hey, I found 40 acres for sale. Would you guys be down on helping develop something like that? Fuck yeah, where's that? I'm trying to find 100, man. I want 100 acres. I don't have the money for it. People are like, how are you going to do this? I got a plan. That's how I'm going to do it. That is one of those. Proper Obama cash. Right, my brother's got one of the Trump ones hanging on his refrigerator. I was like, you're a bitch. What the fuck went hold? Yeah, but Nick, I was like, when you're monetized, you can get money, which is really a ripoff, man. Like I just did it to see if it worked. I mean, I appreciate you. Don't get me wrong, but like if you do PayPal, like every dollar of it comes to me. If you do a super chat, which is just made for like people that are dickheads. So like I'm gonna give you an example of somebody that's a dickhead. And this was told to me. That's how I know they do it this way. And then after, if I'd have paid attention, I would have noticed it anyway. So let's say I have a live stream and I'm talking about whatever. I'm talking about cats, and I have a 30-minute live stream. Well, I turn the live stream off. But if you super chat, I'll read your comment and talk to you. Right? So that's where super chats come into play. You know what I mean? Like, there's not a, if you watch creators and how they do their live streams, the people that are in it for the money won't just sit here and read comments and shit. They won't interact with you. I don't care if there's 10 people watching or 300 people watching. And I'll tell you who told me that, how to do that. And there's another thing they do. So like, here's another one they do, and they do it all the time. And after like, and I thought about this before. I didn't know they really did it, but I do now. So they'll team up, right? Like, let's say you have a YouTube channel, and you and I are friends, or we just know each other from YouTube, for that matter. And you're doing a live stream. In order to get people to start giving you money through super chats, I will um, like bait it. I'll put out a super chat there for $50. That way, people are going to be less apt to put a $2 super chat in there. But then they'll start giving money. It's like pulling up to a stoplight and the dude holding the sign on the side of the road says, "God help, please help me, homeless and shit." When somebody, he's most likely to get two or three people to give him money at one time, as he's more likely to get two or three people to give him money at one time than he is just one person. Because when you see somebody do something, it puts it in your brain to do it. Does that make sense? How do I dispute it? Just call your bank and dispute it. Tell them you made a mistake. YouTube won't do shit about it. It's not like that YouTube's going to fight it. It's just saying you want your money back. I mean, because I won't get it. If they ask you why, just tell them the truth. I mean, fuck. Tell them you did it, and I don't get the money, because they'll put that money on hold until I'm remonetized. It's some crazy shit, man. The way it works. I should have thought about all that shit, man. I was just excited, like, holy fuck, they monetized my channel. How did that happen? Who paid the man? It was just a setup. What's up, Billy? Truth be told, how you doing, man? I just subbed Julie. Thank you. I never do super chats. Yeah, I mean, like I have, like if you're on a larger channel, I have before to try to get people's attention in order to like Brian Young from High Impact Vlogs. I've been trying to get that dude to do a live stream with me forever, and he finally agreed to it. But he wanted me to go to some new app to do it. I'm like, dude, like, you know what I mean? I get that why you want to go over there and shit, but I'm not. I'm tech retarded. You have to take that into account. So just here's my email. Email me or something. Let's work it out. But I never caught him over there live to do it, so we didn't. I just want to do it because Brian has some misunderstandings of things, and I know that he when I said something to him in the super chat that caught his ear, because I'd said it to him before and he never really understood what I was saying. But because he wasn't already mad at me this time, he was like, "Wait a second, what?" So it hit him, and that's why he's like, "Let's do a live stream." I only think it's 60. I only think it's 60%, man. By the time it's over with, I'm honestly, I'm not sure. Somebody has said it before. I think they keep like 30% or something. So if you give, $10, they keep $3. But if you do PayPal, and I don't want y'all's money, but if you send money to the channel, If you do PayPal, do friend to friend. Because if you do business to business, PayPal expects me to put in a shipping confirmation or a shipping tracking number or some shit, and it takes like a month to get the money anyway, which I don't really bother me because I don't spend it anyway. Somebody named, I forget the name now, sent $50 2 months ago, and I just now got a release from PayPal maybe 2 weeks ago. Where do you live at, Nick Roberts? You already told me this, man. You already told me this. I know you have. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta try to do this real quick. It's hold on one second. My bad. That was Patrick from Truth Freedom Money Podcast. I had a question for him, and I asked him to call me, and then he called me right in the middle of the live stream. So I was told him I'd call him back in just a minute. Still put my faith. What was I talking about? Who was it? Oh yeah, where's you at? Nick Roberts, where you live at? What's a little plot of land in Lovelock, Nevada? Oh fuck no, dude. I ain't going to trick no good. Sorry, bud. I ain't going to you need to get away from there. If that's where you're at now, you need to get away from there. Nevada sucks. Dude, my sinuses are all screwed up now. You might be digging deep, man. I watched a well getting dug out there in Nevada one time. Not in person, on TV, and they had to dig like 800 feet to hit water, dude. It was fucking crazy. And then it was only like, it was something stupid like 20 gallons per minute or something. It wasn't a lot of water. Those things first well and giant center block reinforced wall. You need to get out of Nevada, man. You need to come out east, dude. East of the Mississippi's where it's at. 600 to 900 feet. Yeah, like some of the places, dude, you got to dig deep for water. I mean, think about it. In Nevada, you got to dig 900 feet for water. In East Tennessee, you can just walk around and find water pumping out of the ground on a mountainside somewhere. There's all kinds of springs where I used to live at. It was actually the place I lived at was called Alder Springs. And the city folk that had city water, once they moved into town or whatever, got city water, they would come out and bottle up all that spring water coming out right out of the ground because it's filtered through the ground. There's no bacteria or nothing in it. So, kitty babies, you love me, kitty babies. Kitty babies. You ever just want to squeeze your cat and shake the fuck out of her? Not your wife, your cat. Just. Nevada about to purchase 5 acres, but some asshole a day before got the property before I did. Listen, Nick, you'd be way happier east. I'm telling you, man. Nothing about out there. Like, you have to think about it. I mean, wasn't the railroads and refrigeration already into place around the time that 1849, no, it wasn't. Hard living, man. You can make it a lot easier on yourself coming out east. Plus, it's prettier out east, man. I get it. I mean, it's cool out there. Dude, Las Vegas was a shithole. I hated that place when we were there. Oh my God. I never hated a place so much. Las Vegas sucks. Order of suckiness, California, all of it. Las Vegas, Kansas. Kansas is just shitty because there's nothing there. Listen, Kansas is so stupid. If you ain't been there, you can get out on the interstate, pull over on the interstate, the emergency exit, get out of your car and stand there, and it is so flat and treeless, you can see the curvature of the earth on the horizon. It's like looking out. You feel like you're looking out over the ocean, but you're not. And then Oklahoma. I didn't particularly like East Oklahoma. Arizona's nice. So nice, in fact, they got big ass water spigots when you're going over the Boulder Mountain, whatever the hell that mountain's called. It's just boulders stacked on top of each other. It's the weirdest shit you've ever seen, man. From on Interstate, the 40 or 10. But anyway, right when you go from Arizona to California, it's just a mountain of boulders, dude, like the size of this room, just stacked. And then they have water spigots all the way up in case your car overheats. How nice of them, huh? Yeah, I'm going to stay east. East of the Mississippi. What should I guess? I gotta keep doing research. You need to come out this way, Nick. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you can get land out here. It just depends on where you're at. Like I seen 25 acres just the other day for $25,000 in West Virginia. Now it was in the holler of West Virginia. You know, it was 2 hours away from anything. But you know, what you plan on doing? What you need to do is figure out where you want to go, how far you're willing to drive. So like, I'm going to have to work. Okay, so I'm going to try to work for myself. But in case that doesn't work out, I got to have a backup plan. But it's going to work out because it has to work out because there's not really going to be a backup plan. That's just going to make my wife feel safe. So I'm going to figure out where I'm going to go. I'm going to draw a circle around that son of a bitch for like an hour. I'm going to drive an hour. So here's a circle. There's an hour. And then I'm going to find my land somewhere in that circle, wherever that place is. Probably already know where it's at, but you know it is. Dude, there's Knoxville is one of the fastest growing cities in the country. It has been for like the last 2 decades. Like I can get you if you go to East Tennessee right now, I can get you a job right now doing construction work. My brother-in-law owns a construction company in La Follette, outside of Campbell County, in Campbell County, out of Campbell County. He has his own construction company. I can get you a construction job right now. And like, dude, you can make $15 an hour in East Tennessee and live no differently than we did when I was making 25 an hour and Christy was making, whatever she was making. Like the cost of living down there is so much cheaper, especially when it comes to housing and shit. I mean, the last time we lived there was in 2007. We had a 3 bedroom house with a not a usable basement, but like you could. It was like a crawl space, but big enough for you to walk in. Um, and we paid $450 a month for it or some shit, and it was 3 miles from downtown La Follette. Coverage you're laughing at. Boats that disappear over the horizon. It's not because they went over the curve, because if you have a camera, you can zoom in and bring them back into view over and over. Well, there's a few things that have to deal with that, man. There's the curvature of the Earth, number one. The horizon, when you look at the horizon over the ocean, the water does something to it also, and then it has something to do with the waves. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. The Earth's not flat. That's what you're getting at. I don't know if that's what you're getting at. I'm just saying the Earth's not flat. You can prove the Earth is not flat with a rifle. A rifle and a target at 1,300 yards. You can prove the Earth is not flat. West Tennessee is closer to you. I mean, West Tennessee is nice too, depending on where it's at. Well, it'd be a second or third. South Tennessee would be a second or third choice. Ohio, Missouri, Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas, um, Southeast Missouri. I don't know. I mean, like, Tennessee just has a lot of stuff that I like. Plus, like, there's people there I know, so I'm kind of biased to it anyway. Plus, I grew up there. You know what I mean? I grew up in East Tennessee. So, it's always nice to have people, know people where you go. But you get to know people, though. I get to know anybody. I just talk to anybody. So, we'll figure it out. We're going to figure out where we're going. I mean, but that's probably the place, man. More than likely, we're going to wind up in Tennessee. Just depends on where in Tennessee. My brother-in-law is trying to talk me into going back to East Tennessee. I possibly want to go to West Tennessee, but then there's a possible hiccup. So we're trying to figure that hiccup out now, which is why I need to talk to Patrick from um, Truth Through Money podcast, because he's in Missouri. He was the dude with the that helped out with the sapper thing. With these water spilling over the edge of the earth. A wall. That's what they thought. An iceberg. That's what they say. Oh, I mean, look at the Twin Cities. So you can't see the Twin Cities. I forget why it does that, but it has to do with the curvature of the Earth, and I'm gonna have to read up on it now because at one time I knew exactly why that optical illusion happened. But the Twin Cities In Minneapolis, sometimes you can see the other city all the way across the water. Oh, look at my kitty babies. Her sheep. Her good damn kitty cat. Her loves her daddy. Her's just happy there ain't no mean dogs in here right now, huh? You don't like the mean dogs, do you? They're out there whining, wanting in here. They're wanting your bed, kitty babies. What you gonna do about that? When you gonna whoop their asses? You still got your claws. Kitty babies! See the fuck out of you! Surprised Christine right here back here yet. Oh. The extra 20 is for a well. You don't need a well to get to East Tennessee, man. There's springs everywhere. The likelihood is you'll buy land and you know, well, it's not everywhere like that, but I mean, you can find. If I wasn't biased to where I want to move at in Tennessee because I knew people there and shit, um, East Tennessee would be the place we'd go. No doubt about it. No, dude, Diesel's a dickhead. Diesel wants to growl at us all the time. Like he'll be laying here and like he'll be all happy and playful and shit. Then he'll jump up on the bed and want to lay down. When he wants to lay down, he don't want to be messed with. And you rub him, man. And he's like, "Arr." Yeah, the dogs are. Oh, you're talking about Christy, the dog, the cat. I thought you were talking about Christy. Yeah, the dog. She runs from the dog. She don't mess with them. Nova Diesel don't leaves her alone for the most part. He don't mess with her. Nova wants to stomp her ass out every time he sees her. She runs up. Nova runs up and puts her arm across the cat's back. Tries to stop, like put her down where she's at every time. No, I have not done it personally, but I know people personally who do shoot that far, and I don't think I doubt they're gonna lie. And I don't know why they keep the same lie up. I mean, go look at the. I'll tell you, you can watch it. Go watch the T Rex Arms Sniper 101 series, and he proves it in there. He doesn't come out and say that, but he proves it in that. You can. And I think it's only actually out to about 1,300 that you got to start accounting for core. Once you get to 1,300, you got to start accounting for the Coriolis effect and shit. Yeah, no, the wait, hold on, back up. Nova will run up to the cat when she sees the cat and put her paw across the back of the cat and pin her to the ground. And the cat don't really do nothing because she ain't hurting her. But when the couple times Nova has hurt her, she's snapped back at her. How come they teach Coriolis math artillery school, but in the field they don't use it and they make hits? I don't know. Maybe then I don't know. I think in artillery though, man. I mean, I don't know. How do you know they don't use it? And I think they do to some degree because I'm sure that the sighting systems in the artillery sites has Coriolis probably um, in the equation for how they came up with the sighting system on it. Probably, I would say. I would bet, or they split the difference from east to west. I don't know. I do a lot of shooting and flying across. I'm pretty sure that the Earth is a globe. I also dabble in selling boats as well. So, hey, truth be told, I ain't arguing with you, man. I spent 60 months, 6 months on a 65-foot Savage vessel surveying the southern Caribbean. Anyone who says the Earth is flat has never spent a moment on the open ocean. The only time I was ever on the open ocean was when I was about 15, 14, 14. I went deep sea fishing with not like one of them big charter boats where there's 300 people on it, but a small one where my family just chartered the boat and we went 50 miles out. And it's weird, man. You get all turned around shit out there. If it had been up to me, we wouldn't have made it home. We'd still be trying to find China or something. Oh, kid, babies, you like that, don't you? This cat's never acted this way toward me, ever. Ever, never, ever, never. Her loves me today, though. Where's her cookie, babies? There's a new teddy babies in her. There's a good girl. Yes, there is. What? What you see? What you see? This is our cat we stole. She was homeless. She was an outside cat. And we caught her and made her an inside cat. That's why they won't let her outside here because they're afraid the real owner will find her and keep her. 3 years later, your cat shows back up at your door. No, she was living outside, living off the land. Her was a homesteading kitty. Her was outside living off the land, all skinny and shit. I mean, she's a pretty cat, and you could see her. I mean, like she was super, 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 super skinny. And you know, if a cat looks skinny, they're super skinny because they normally even they don't look too skinny. But she's a good cat. I actually like this cat. I'm not too fond of cats because they're useless in my eyes. Like they're just a waste of money. You just feed them. They don't do shit for you. You feed them. Half the time they won't even let you pet them. And plus they're stupid as shit. I could pick this cat up right now and sling it at that wall. In 5 minutes, it'd be right back over here on the bed within arm's reach again. Dumbass cats. Not a dog. You do that shit to a dog and they remember it, at least for a little while. Well, kitty babies, what do you think about that, huh? What do you think about the fucking morons, huh? No more abortion in Texas. What do you think about that shit, kitty babies? Rescued? No, you misunderstood me. They stole it. I'm just kidding. Yes. Or I guess it's hard to say. Have a naval guy, anything. Oh, Navy dude? Listen, if it was a Navy dude, you can't believe shit them dudes say. They're pussies. They don't even fire weapons. I mean, they haven't fired a weapon since when? The Gulf War? Don't ever listen to a Navy dude. Possibly a SEAL. Maybe. Don't listen to nobody else. Not from the Navy. Could you imagine going to the Navy to be like a SEAL and then something happened and like whatever, and you don't make it through SEAL school? That'd be the only reason. I mean, like, you had to think that there would be a lot of people that, like, how could you quit that? You strive your entire life to do something, and then you have the opportunity and you're there and you fucking quit. How in the hell? Well, I don't get it. We wouldn't quit. We wouldn't kitty babies. I'd go to SEAL school right now. I'd get the shit beat out of me. I couldn't run 4 miles, much less all the shit they do. But damn it, I could stay. We do it, huh? Even if it killed us, huh, kitty babies? Put you in a little satchel on my back. You go with me, wouldn't you? Huh? What you look at me like that for? You plotting on me, bitch? Hear them dogs are come to get you. Yeah, I think everybody's had. I've seen those bumper stickers too. That shit is funny. For hey man, I think an EO Tech would do you better than the odds in 99.9. Yeah, man, but like, no, not at nighttime. But you know what? That 1/10 of a % is what's going to get me killed. KJV. That 1/10 of 1% will get me killed. I mean, like, if you have a gun, you can fight when it's daylight out. If you have nods, you can fight 24/7. I think, I mean, they're just a force multiplier, man. You know what I mean? It's a superpower. Don't go, kitty babies. Come back, bitch. Come back. Come back. You trade without nods until you get yourself a set. Yeah, but I mean, I need to get a tissue. Is what I need to get. I'm just a redneck. Wipe my nose with my shirt and shit. Okay. Quit it, damn it. My cat keeps rubbing her face on the side of my camera, my phone. You're a weirdo. Now you're gonna put your butt in my face again, ain't you? Fucking cats are weird, man. That's why I don't like them. The dog would never do this crazy shit. Hey, dummy. No. I want to pet you, and you ain't gonna like it, and then you're gonna go away. We'll shake the shit out of you. Oh, pet the kitty babies. Pet the kitty babies. Come back, bitch. Ah, I'll get some, man. I just, it just ain't that. I wish I had the money. I just don't have other needs before I have nods. But nods would be really cool, man. What if the fight starts tomorrow? I mean, what if the fight starts in 23 weeks? If I can order nods right now, they'd be here in 22. I need other shit, man. I could buy a lot of tools with $10,000. You know what I mean? It's a dual tube setup with a ballistic helmet and shit. I mean, you're talking 10 grand on a minimum. I mean, you could probably get on the used market cheaper. Um, who knows? I don't have the money for it. It's a rich man's game, and I'm not rich. 2 flashlights. Like, listen, there, Lion. Have you ever looked through nods? I'm not being a dickhead. I'm just asking. Like, dude, once you do, you won't. Especially if you're like me and you're one of them people. Once you look through them, it's over. You're not going to shut up about them until says we on the night. It's bullshit. He also sells risk AKs as G2G. Clint Smith's a bitch. He's selling Thunder Ranch $6.7 million. Well, they're lying. You have to look through a set of nods, man. You have to. It will change your perspective on everything. Especially like the setup I looked through was a nice setup. Um, and he had a ball, a D ball, and then he brought his maul too. But he had a bunch of shit. But he brought it all out for us to look through. Guns Coast to Coast brought it all over so I could check it all out. Like, listen, man, I was so fascinated with the shit, and I'm not being funny. If I had some right now, I would lay out my yard right now in the middle of the night and just look up at the stars. Like, you don't, like, on the clearest day you ever seen, in the middle of the desert in Nevada, you have never seen so many stars in the night, man. It's just like, it totally changes the game up. Even thermal does to a certain degree, but thermal has its place instead of not. I don't know. They have their place, and they're not interchangeable by any means. I don't watch them any. Reaper, I don't watch them dudes, man. The only time I watch any of those videos from like even Coda Boy and Fag Wisconsinite, what somebody said his name was. What the fuck did they say? Damn it! I wish I could go and look right now. They put it on the CRS video, but it was funnier than shit, dude. Whatever CRS stood for. I don't watch those videos. The only time I watch those videos is when somebody sends them to me. That's the only time I watch them. And I only watch them then because I kind of figure if they send them to me, there has to be something in it funny enough for me to want to watch it, right? Or they wouldn't have sent it to me. They are. They're the same flashlights they used to sell on the infomercials at 3 a.m. that nobody bought. I have something in my damn tooth. I just ate a damn. Hold on a second. Let's say BLTs now because of bacon in my tooth or some shit. Yeah, so that's what we're doing for the next couple of weeks, by the way. We got doctor's appointments, dentist. We got to get all that shit out of the way so we're good for at least the next 6 months. Service and Jitsu, yes, come on. Dude, they're all fucked up, man. They are, Like, I don't know. Like, I try to tell people that, I don't know. I had a lady fight with, if you're not subscribed to, Oregon Preparedness, go watch him. I think his name's Olog. I can't say his name. He made a video about faith. And in the video, he was citing Bible scripture. And I said, lately I've been hearing a lot of people say that what's going on is biblical, right? And I was like, but there's nothing going on today that hasn't been happening for the last 200 years. And then I wanted to say, faith without action is an argument without foundation, because if your belief is in faith, well, I have faith in God, but you sit here and do nothing, you know, yes, God will feed me, but then you don't get up and cook the damn food or go buy the food or kill the food, you're going to starve. So faith without action is meaningless. It just means that you don't believe in shit. And like I said, I would say that what's going on is not biblical. What's going on is just evil men against a bunch of pussies. Um, but some lady chimed in and told me I was wrong. You're wrong. It is biblical because the Bible says so. I was like, you're not very bright, are you? Because I just said the same things that are happening today are happening, have happened hundred times throughout history. And she's like, no, because Israel didn't exist 100 years ago. It's like, you're a real fucking winner, aren't you? You vote too, don't you? Yep. Evil does flourish and good men do nothing. Here's a scripture: faith without works, I did dead. Catholic beliefs. My Catholic beliefs? No, I mean, it's just kind of common sense. I mean, you can have faith, but if your faith is that anything will happen if you do nothing, nothing's going to happen. Like, this is God's will, so I'm just going to sit here and be abused because it's God's will. I mean, that's the stupidest thinking in the world. If you believe in God, then you also have to believe in Satan, right? So you have to also believe that God doesn't have control of everything. If he did, Satan wouldn't exist, right? Therefore, you have to put it in action. You can have faith, but faith without action is a meaningless foundation. The meaningless argument is pointless. It's pointless because there's no foundation. He is dangerous, man. He's dangerous in a different way, though. Faith without works is dead. I don't think that's actually scripture, is it, Paul? Paul knows the Bible. Like, he can say something. He can tell you where it's at. That's why he said we did. God's will is that all men might be saved. Therefore, God wants or wills that his people go out and win souls. But yeah, maybe. But I mean, like, when you're talking about what's going on today in the world, you can't say I'm just going to allow it to happen because I have faith in God. Because if you rely on just your faith in God and you apply no action, then the evil prevails in that case, not God. So it's kind of like it's one of those it's a weird argument, but it's a Catholic belief that faith without works is meaningless. That's not a Catholic belief. That's my belief. I've never been told that by any Catholic. And Protestants, yeah, I mean they can believe that all they want, but like I just explained it to you. If Satan comes to do nothing, or if evil comes to do something and you do nothing, it's God's will that evil did something to you. I mean, come on, man. Like, that's not a come on. But that's not a Catholic belief. That's my belief. I've never been told that by a Catholic. Anybody that's Catholic. It's not. That's not Christian or Catholic Nick talking. That's Nick talking. That's why whether the spirit is dead, the faith without works is dead also. No shit. It does exist. James 2:26. I believe you. Whoever said it. He probably. I was thinking he was saying it because it didn't exist. He was probably just saying it because I don't know, try to teach somebody something. I think Paul went to what's it called when you go sign your life away to God and you decide that you don't like women. It's like a way to hide and be gay. Preschool. That's what it is. Bible college. That's what it's called. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Just fucking with you. That's not what Bible college is, and I'm just kidding. That's not what priests do either. Seminary school. There you go. To the house of Israel before. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth. Give the word for me. How many different places has Israel actually been? Was Israel before it was Israel? So was Israel before the British gave the Jews Israel? It's always been Israel, right? It was just under British control for a long time, huh? My ex-wife's family was that way. They believed that if once you were saved, you could do whatever. And here's their excuse for it. So check this out. Once you're saved, you can never get unsaved. So you could go kill a whole school full of kids and you'd still be fine. And their excuse was is once you're saved, you won't want to do that. Now these were the people that were watching porn and drinking Jack on Wednesday and Fridays and in the pulpit preaching on Sundays. As you can see, that's why I'm not a big fan of religion. Religion in my mind is just it's a control mechanism, man. Didn't say God was. Didn't say Jesus was. And it's religion, organized religion, whether it be Protestant, Catholic, Baptist, missionary Baptist, whatever it is. Anything organized is bad. Believe what you believe in, live the best life that you can, and you will go to heaven. All that saved stuff, I think that it's read too literally, and I'm not even for sure if it was ever even said. To be honest with you, who came first Israel for the first time in history. So where was Israel at prior to that? Ken Anderson. So did the Bible speak of something that didn't exist prior to it existing? That's my question. Did the Bible speak of Israel? Number one. If so, did it speak of Israel prior to it existing? Number two. Or was there a place called Israel and it just got all clustered and taken and then they made a new Israel? It was everybody think about Missouri. It's we're looking at Missouri too, man. We're gonna be heading out to Missouri. But y'all, I gotta jump off here. I gotta call Patrick back real quick, man. So you guys have a good night and stay safe and stay well armed. And Freedom Inc. show will be up. We're gonna post all of our videos from our move and everything. So like we want to eventually be self sufficient, and we're starting out at being completely reliant, 100% reliant, except for the 100% reliant to completely self sufficient. That's the goal. So we're going to film the years of that progress, and we're going to post it on Freedom Inc. show. That's what I'm going to use that channel for. So let's check over there once we start moving. I'm going to start with the move from here. When we're packing everything up here, that's when I want to start it. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody.